He fought for America. He sacrificed years of his life. He missed his children's childhoods. He served with honor. America foreclosed on his house while he was deployed. He came home a hero. He left as homeless. His name was Thomas. He was 22 years old in 2006 when he enlisted in the Army. His family wasn't military. He wasn't from a military town. He made the choice to serve because he believed in something bigger than himself. He went through basic training. He was stationed at Fort Carson in Colorado. He served as an infantryman. Active duty Army salary in 2006, $16,920 per year, E-2 rank. Army base pay, $1,410 per month. In 2007, at age 23, Thomas married his high school girlfriend, Amanda. They wanted to build a life together. On his Army salary of $1,410 a month, they couldn't qualify for a mortgage. But a VA loan changed that. VA loans, designed for military members, require no down payment, no PMI, private mortgage insurance, and have better terms than conventional loans. In 2008, Thomas and Amanda bought a house in Colorado Springs for $165,000. No down payment. No closing costs. VA loan. They thought they were building security. A home. A future. Thomas's mortgage payment, $1,100 per month on a $1,410 salary. 78% of gross income going to housing, far above the recommended 28%. Thomas and Amanda had 2 children. A daughter in 2008, a son in 2010. Thomas was a devoted father. He was also a serving soldier. 2009, his unit was deployed to Afghanistan. Thomas was deployed to Kandahar Province, Afghanistan in 2009. A combat deployment. His base pay remained $1,410 per month. But there were deployment bonuses, combat zone tax exclusion, hostile fire pay, family separation allowance. His monthly deployment income was about $2,200. Thomas's deployment income, $2,200 per month. Mortgage payment, $1,100 per month. He had about $600 per month for other expenses, but Amanda was alone at home with 2 young children. On Thomas's military pay, she was trying to manage. The mortgage was the biggest expense. Property taxes. Insurance. Utilities. Childcare. Amanda had to work. They fell behind. The financial stress was enormous. In late 2009, while Thomas was in combat in Afghanistan, Amanda received a notice from the mortgage company. The bank said they hadn't received a payment in 2 months. They were initiating foreclosure proceedings. Amanda called the mortgage company. She explained that Thomas was deployed. They said that didn't matter. The payments were late. Foreclosure would proceed. Amanda tried to get the payments current. She called military finance. She looked for hardship programs. Nothing worked quickly. The foreclosure proceeded. Military service members have legal protections called the Servicemembers Civil Relief Act. The SCRA limits interest rates on pre-service debts and provides some protection for active duty members in legal proceedings. But a lender has to invoke SCRA protections. They have to agree to them. Thomas's lender did not. The Servicemembers Civil Relief Act, SCRA, can reduce interest rates to In 2011, while Thomas was still deployed, his house was sold at foreclosure. He had paid $37,000 in principal on a $165,000 mortgage over 3 years. The bank sold the house for $140,000, recouping almost the entire loan. But Thomas got nothing. No credit for his payments. No equity. 0. Amanda and the children had to move. They moved in with Amanda's parents. Temporary housing. Uncertainty. The children didn't understand why their home was gone. Thomas found out about the foreclosure through a letter that reached him at the base. A letter telling him his home was gone. He was in a combat zone. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't protect his family or his house. He finished his deployment. He came home in 2011. Thomas returned from Afghanistan in 2011. He had served his country. He had sacrificed. He expected to come home to his family and his house. Instead, his family was living with Amanda's parents. His house was gone. His credit was destroyed. Thomas's credit score after foreclosure, 480, destroyed. Rebuilding would take 7 to 10 years. Thomas tried to rent an apartment. Landlords ran credit checks. They saw the foreclosure. They rejected him. He tried to buy another house with his VA loan benefit. Banks rejected him. The foreclosure was recent. He was too risky. He was homeless. Thomas and Amanda and their 2 children, now ages 2 and 4, lived in a hotel for 3 months while Thomas looked for housing. Finally, they found a rental that would accept them, a small apartment, $1,600 per month. Expensive, but they had no choice. Thomas's new rent, $1,600 per month. His military salary had increased to about $2,400 per month after promotions. His rent consumed 67% of his income. Thomas extended his military service. He re-enlisted in 2012, hoping to rebuild his financial stability. But rebuilding from foreclosure while on military pay is impossible. Thomas was deployed again in 2013 to Iraq. Another year away. More separation. More instability for the family. When he returned, his credit was still destroyed. Rebuilding takes 7 to 10 years from the foreclosure date. He's only been rebuilding for 2 years. In 2017, 6 years after the foreclosure, Thomas was able to buy another home with his VA loan. But this home cost $195,000, $30,000 more than the first home. He paid more for a more expensive house because his credit was ruined. Cost of foreclosure, $30,000 in higher home price, plus 7 to 10 years of paying rent instead of building equity. Thomas's story is not unique. Military families face unique financial vulnerabilities. They move frequently, which disrupts employment. They earn lower salaries than civilian equivalents. They spend time deployed, separated from families. Financial hardship is common. Military families living below poverty line, 22%. National average, 11.6%. Military members foreclosed on while deployed, 35,000 per year, estimated. And the government failed to protect them. The Servicemembers Civil Relief Act exists to protect military members in legal proceedings. But it only works if lenders invoke it. Many lenders don't. They ignore SCRA protections and proceed with foreclosures on deployed members. SCRA violations, 80 to 90% of lenders violate SCRA protections in some foreclosures. Penalties are small, $500 to $1,000. Profit from the foreclosure is $20,000 plus. Thomas was owed that protection. He didn't receive it. And there was no recourse. By the time Thomas could take legal action, the foreclosure was complete. The house was sold. The government he served abandoned him. Thomas survived. He's still serving. He has a home now. His children are growing up. But he lost 7 years of his life trying to recover from a foreclosure that happened while he was defending his country. For military members, how to protect your family, 4 critical moves. 1. Understand your rights under the Servicemembers Civil Relief Act. SCRA protects you during active duty. It can reduce interest rates to 6%, stop foreclosures, and prevent evictions. But you must assert these rights. Contact your base legal office for free military legal help. 2. If you're being deployed, get your finances in order immediately. Make sure your spouse understands all bills and accounts. Set up automatic payments. Ensure there's a buffer of savings. If you miss one mortgage payment while deployed, the foreclosure clock starts. One missed payment equals foreclosure possible. 3. If you fall behind during deployment, contact Military OneSource immediately. Every military base has financial counseling and hardship programs. They can help renegotiate mortgages, negotiate with lenders, and invoke SCRA protections. You have options. Use them. 4. After deployment, credit repair is slow but possible. Rebuild takes 7 to 10 years. It's not fast. But it is possible. Work with a VA benefits counselor. Don't accept that foreclosure is permanent. It's a setback, not a sentence. I fought for America. I served with honor. The system I served should have protected me. But it didn't. If you're military, or your family member is, understand your rights. Protect your home. Don't let the same thing happen to you.